Hey guys, welcome back to the Tale of Two Thrifters. I'm Jen.
And I'm John.
And we are going to go over our week of
November 10th through the 16th, what sold.
Yep.
So do you want to start out?
Mine are horrible. I am not going to lie. This was like one of the worst weeks, but we're going to be making several videos today. Like we said, we have to make videos when we can. And today is that day. So you'll see us in 3 videos with the same clothes on again. Anyway, so the next 3 weeks, we won't get into all of that, but they're like bad. Really bad.
Well, let's preface it by saying that we haven't been listing as much as we wanted to. I've been listing a little bit on eBay, but I've not been cross-listing over to Poshmark. I don't really do a whole lot with Mercari for Jen. But as you know, life gets in the way. She's babysitting full-time 4 days out of the week and 4 nights. And I actually picked up a side gig trying to, keep up with the holidays and the extra spend.
And I think we're adjusting to that too. So that's taking away this income, but giving us another little income.
Yeah, so it's really trying to allocate priorities and time. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day.
Right.
And as it is, I get 5 hours of sleep a night, and I nap during the day because my body tells me to. I just sit down and I'm looking at my phone. Next thing I know, I'm conked out. So without further ado, we're going to go into what sold, what the total sales was, what our net earnings were, cost of goods, if it applies, if we paid for it, and what our bring home pay wasn't. Okay, so November 10th through the 16th, let's go.
All right, you starting or am I?
Go ahead.
All right, so this week, I'm going to put on my glasses because I have to read, was bad. I'll tell you guys real quick, I only had 6 sales, and they were all on Poshmark. I sold a pair of American Eagle jeans for $27. Bring home was $21.60. A pair of Vince Camuto Lorva booties, zip-up booty shoes, whatever you want to call them. I sold them for $16. I made $12.80. Then I sold some Judith and Florine maternity leggings for $15. I brought home $12. A Free People Blossom thermal top. I sold it for $32 and I brought home $25.60. My best sell of the week, a Charlie one horse hat. This is horrible. For $41 and I made $32.80. And then I sold a pair of Prana Capri workout leggings for $12, brought home $9.05. So as you can tell by these sales, my total is not going to be very good. The total sales for the week was $143. My net earnings from after fees or whatever was $113.85. My cost of goods was $19. And after everything was said and done, I made $94.85. Whew. That was awful. So anyway.
What about Mercari?
Nothing. I have not been selling anything on Mercari, but I haven't been listing on Mercari. Yeah, I think my account there has just kind of gone stale because I'm not listing over there. So, got to get back on it.
Yeah, and probably with the older inventory, I think if you cross-post them on as many platforms as possible, there's a better chance of selling it.
Yeah.
But you got to just keep up with
And I'm going to be honest, this next year, I'm actually looking forward to being done with Christmas and everything. And not done with Christmas. Y'all know what I mean. But getting through the holiday season and everything, because the beginning of the year, I'm going to revamp my closet. Meaning I'm going to clear out all of the crap that's in there that's not selling and has been sitting. Clean out our inventory and recreate my closet to be what I really want it to be, which is very nice merchandise.
Yeah. Well, and so for this particular week, that was like my previous week on eBay. It was terrible.
Yeah.
So how did we do on eBay? Well, I sold a Magnafox VCR DVD recorder Finally, I had that probably for 3 or 4 months, which in Jennifer's parlance, it's probably not long at all, but it was taking up space on a shelf. But it cost me $15 and I sold it for $65. Paul Mitchell iron cost me $2, sold it for $12. So I'm not gonna go with hair products. Again, not an expert, fresh haircut, so that's all I know. Xbox console, it was untested, but was told by the seller I got it from that it worked before he put it up into storage, and I paid $5 for it and sold it for $35.70. And there was an old GPS tracking type of device that we know nothing about. We just happened to find it, and we couldn't do anything with it, so we sold it, in essence, for parts, for $9.93. So got that out of here. Also, I don't know, the toss-up between this or that Magnavox DVD recorder / VCR for the best sale of the week, but the TRX suspension trainer was a really good find. Paid $5 for it at an estate sale and sold it for $46.75, which, believe it or not, was way less than the other sold listings. I wanted it gone. I don't want it taking up space. You know me, I want to be the quick flipper. Finally sold that WonderCore exerciser that I picked up for $5. And the problem was, whenever I put in the dimensions and weight for eBay shipping, it was putting out this outlandish sum of money. So what I decided to do was just put a flat shipping rate on there. I can't remember if it was $25 or $30, because it wouldn't matter if you put in your zip code and I haven't figured this out yet, how to pass on any of the shipping discounts that I get from eBay, or pirate ship, for example. UPS Ground has a higher discount rate on pirate ship than it does on eBay. I wanted it to be something that a buyer would want to buy, that it's right up front, how much it costs. And in my most recent listings, I put in how I'm shipping in the description, what the approximate weight is, and how big the box or the poly bag or whatever it is. So I'm being as transparent as possible on the shipping. So anyway, sold that for $27.36, when at the time that I bought it, those were selling for easily $50 or more. So, things do change. I sold the Crosley record player / CD player / AM FM radio / cassette player that I paid $10 for $41. The shipping, same thing, because it was so big and heavy, I just put a flat rate on there. I believe I shipped it UPS. And then the last thing I sold was something that came out, I don't know where, but it was the Hungry Caterpillar. If you ever watch it, or if you have little kids, watch YouTube. There's this little book called The Hungry Caterpillar, and our grandkids love it. So anyway, it was a little plushie with a book, and I sold it for $9, and it went all the way over to Hawaii. So that was really nice. So the total sales for that week, November 10th through the 16th, is actually $246.74, with net earnings of $231.94. After cost of goods of $42, that's net pay of $189.94. So all told, between Jen and myself, our bring home pay was under $300. Yeah. Not very good.
No. But I will say John has been hustling it in another way, which brought up our cost of sales our cost of sales.
We're just selling ourselves.
Brought up the amount we made for that week. And he'll get into that, I guess, a little more at some other time. But he's got a side hustle that's helped a lot. Bring up our sales.
The side hustle, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. And it's by no means is my full-time job. Full-time is reselling. Okay, we're focusing on that, but we're going through an adjustment period because with reselling, you're either sourcing, you're listing, you're taking pictures, you're on the computer. I mean, you're doing all those kind of things. And generally speaking, unless you're sourcing, you're at home. Mm-hmm. And that's, keeping any kind of traveling expenses and stuff like that to a minimum. But with the holidays coming up and presents and feasts and parties and all these other kind of things, we knew that wasn't going to be a good situation for us if we only relied on the income from online reselling. So I've been driving for Spark, doing grocery deliveries and shopping and all that for Walmart customers. So, it's been able to help add to our income where we're not having to stress about what we're going to sell. But unfortunately, because of that, that's time away from home. So that is less attention being paid on reselling. So once I find that happy medium and where we can rely less on side gigs for our overall income and more on reselling, it's just going to be the way it is. I mean, just to be truthfully honest. So full-time reselling, and I've seen these other YouTubers as well as comments. I mean, some people are just crushing it.
They are.
They're doing like $3,500 in sales in a week.
We're not there.
No.
By any means.
Yeah. And
we've got some time to go to get to that kind of
and we're
point.
seeing like other YouTube resellers that are like, oh yeah, I bought this wholesale lot of 1,000 items for $4,600. I'm like,
where you get that
$4,600?
But that's why I think it's good that we have this channel to show people in the beginning that this is hard to get your feet up off the ground. I mean, not everybody's going to jump in and make that kind of money. It's very unrealistic to think that reselling is going to bring you that kind of money right off the bat. It is definitely one of those things that you work up to. And we'll get to a good level. We know we will. We have faith that we will. But in the meantime, we need to be able to provide the things that we need without, and so you have to do some side hustling. Yeah. I mean, I'm making some wreaths for Christmas for people that have asked me to make certain kind of wreaths for them. I used to do a lot of crafting and stuff like that. And so I'm doing that a little, on the side also to bring in some extra money for Christmas. I mean, we need money to buy those grandbabies some Christmas gifts and take care of our 16-year-old and, all that good stuff. So, we just have to do the side hustles.
And last time I checked, having extra money wasn't a bad thing.
No, not at all.
What do we do with all this extra money?
And truthfully, John's doing pretty good with Spark. I mean, he's making pretty decent money doing it. I mean, it's, it's good.
It is what it is.
It's a big help right now.
Yeah.
And so, if you're looking for a side hustle, maybe that's something you want to consider, DoorDash or Spark or,
but I think it also depends on the availability in your area. So,
it does.
Like where we live, there are a ton of Spark drivers. Mm-hmm. And it took 4 months for me, once I signed up, to actually get accepted where I can do deliveries. Mm-hmm. And there have been other people that have signed up and they asked me, well, when did you sign up? And come to find out they signed up before I did. And for whatever reason, I ended up getting a slot, or about the same time. They signed up as me, but they haven't been selected or whatever. So,
and I hear of people doing like Instacart, or is it Instacart? Yeah, Instacart so. in bigger cities for like Costco and stuff, and making really good money.
Yeah.
Because people don't buy just a little bit from Costco; they buy a lot. So and a lot of what you make off of each order is based on the amount of So Costco would be a good one if you're in a bigger city or something like that. But anyway, there are a lot of things out there these days And this is not a knock on anybody, but people are just, they don't like to get out of the house anymore. So, I don't want to call people lazy. I mean, for whatever reason, they don't want to do their own stuff. They would rather, and in the younger generation of people, I mean, they want to order food from their living room and not run down to pick it up. And so, DoorDash may be one for y'all. There's just so many different outlets out there that you can make money and not have a full-time job. I mean, it's still going to be full-time in order to bring in any kind of income. But anyway.
Yeah, so anyway, that'll close out this video. But stay tuned. We're going to come back for the November 17th through the 23rd, What Sold. So hopefully, you take what we've experienced, and maybe that'll apply to you. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments below. If you are watching this for the first time and you like it, please hit the like button as well as subscribe. It helps us out, as you know. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we're trying to build that YouTube community too.
Yeah, we're at 760 subscribers. So woo-hoo!
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Keep them coming.
Yeah. So until next time, keep thrifting. Bye.
Bye guys.